Hi everyone, my name is Carly and I like to talk about things, and today I want to talk about this and this. The Six of Crows Duology by Leigh Bardugo. I read these books, picked them up because I heard about them on BookTube, and I'm so glad I did. They were so good. I loved just about everything about these books. If you have not heard of them, The Six of Crows is about, it follows along these six characters who come together to perform this almost impossible heist that no one thinks can ever be done. And Crooked Kingdom follows along right after, basically right after The Six of Crows ends. They're so good. I love the characters. You've got Kaz, Nina, Matthias. I cannot remember how to pronounce that name correctly. You got Inge, I think it's Inge, and Jesper and Wylan. Six characters with six different personalities, and each person brings something to their team. And they were all really interesting. I really enjoyed reading from each point of view, because each chapter follows a different character, and I loved reading each chapter and seeing what each character was doing and how their personal lives were going, kind of thing, and how it played into the bigger story. Yeah, I don't want to say too much more without spoiling it, but these were both really good books. I highly recommend them. Kind of like a, was it young adult fantasy novel? Good. So good. I wish I had heard about them sooner. As always, there were some issues that I had with these books. There's always something, there's usually always something that kind of throws me off. I think that, well, there was a chance that I always read it before I go to bed, which means I'm usually really tired when I read. So I think at the beginning of Six of Crows, it was kind of hard for me to get into, and I think that's because of my reading a chapter and reading it when I was really tired thing. But also, I think it had maybe a little bit to do with the fact that these books take place in the same world as a previous trilogy that Leigh Bardugo wrote, the Grisha trilogy. And I have not read the Grisha trilogy. I just was super excited to read these, so I went straight for these books. And there were some aspects like the world. There's the war. I guess there's war that going on. I don't know if that was part of the Grisha trilogy. Grishas in general, I got kind of confused about. And I think maybe if I had read the Grisha trilogy beforehand, then some of that confusion might not have been there. But once I did a little Wikipedia search and actually read this when I wasn't tired, super tired at night, I was able to get into it, and I was able to understand the world better. It did kind of help that, let's see, there is a map here that this is the world itself, and then this was another point in the story. So things like this, things like those maps did kind of help put into perspective where the characters were at certain points in the story. But yeah, some of the world building I think wasn't quite there because she had written the Grisha trilogy beforehand. But like I said before, I have not read the Grisha trilogy, so I do not know 100% how much more world building I would have gotten out of the Grisha trilogy for these books. Really, the world building was the issue with me. Second book, there were some plot points that didn't make sense to me. I read the second book not too long after I finished the first one. I think I only had one book in between those two as I waited for the second one to arrive. So I read them pretty close together, so it was easier for me to get into the story come second time around because the first book was still pretty fresh in my brain. With that said, there were definitely some points within the story that I didn't think were quite as fleshed out. Didn't make as much sense. Just kind of seemed to end. And yeah, just little things like that that kind of threw me off a bit. But still, all in all, great book, great sequel. I was so excited to get back into this world, and I was not disappointed with this book. Six of Crows Duology. You should definitely check out if it sounds like your thing, because it was really good and pretty easy read. It can be pretty fast once you kind of start reading and get into it. Really, they're good-sized novels, or good-sized books. So, yeah, I highly recommend this. I think I gave them both about 4 out of 5. Just again, based on the little things that kind of knocked down the 1 point from me giving it a 5 out of 5. But, yeah, 4 out of 5. Definitely a good read. I will probably reread these at a later date, because I wish there was more than 2 books, because I would love to continue reading these characters and their lives and whatever crazy stuff what other crazy stuff they get themselves into. So yeah, if there's anyone watching this, tell me what you think or what you thought about these books. Love to hear. And thank you guys for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye!